You made a call on my show a couple months ago that Bitcoin is heading to $200,000, I think, by the end of the year. I think you said. Are you still stick to that timeline? Bitcoin's down to 92,000.
By the end of 2025. I also made calls that Bitcoin would hit 100 by the end of 2024. Unfortunately, I was right about that, although it's bounced around at that level. But yeah, I do kind of think we'll see 200 on this particular cycle.
Join Lawrence Lippard, Mark Moss, Calhoun, and Nolan Vowrell in this engaging video as they explore the game-changing impact of Bitcoin. They'll delve into its ability to halt war funding, restore financial autonomy, and influence global collaboration. Don't miss out on this thought-provoking discussion. Also, if you enjoy listening to crypto-related content, please show your support by liking and subscribing to this channel by following the link in my bio. And get access to my free daily crypto updates and expert predictions direct to your inbox. Each newsletter contains market intelligence, on-chain data and latest updates from experts in the crypto space. All of this is available completely free of charge. Signing up only takes a moment and you can always change your mind later on. Now back over to Larry Lepard.
Yeah, so the pitch is I want an average American or Canadian or really citizen of the world, but obviously I live in America, to be able to pick up my book and read it and say to themselves, oh, I now understand why, this economy is damaging me and what I need to do to protect myself. The inflation is really the problem of our age, and I think it will continue to be the problem of this decade, and it's gotten worse. And although it's abated a little bit right now, I think it's going to continue to get worse. And so, and I think a lot of people don't really fully understand it. People in the financial markets might understand it, but the average citizen doesn't understand it. And so I wrote the book to try to educate the average citizen as to why it's the government and the government policies and the Federal Reserve that are creating inflation, and then to, lay out a way that they can protect themselves and how we can fix this broken system. Because I think you would agree, and probably many of your listeners would agree, that the system is broken. It's really not working very well for a lot of people. Well, yes and no. I mean, I don't really comment much on Fed policy because I think almost by definition what they do is going to be wrong. But I can see why they have to say that, because some of the PPI numbers have been coming in hot. And so the Fed is really very much trapped, as I'm sure we'll discuss. And that is to say they would like to continue to cut rates because the federal government interest expense is out of control and creating larger and larger deficits. But in turn, the economy is doing okay and inflation is percolating back up. And so there's an argument that they can't cut rates, so they're going to have to increase rates. So they're really stuck between a rock and a hard place is the best way to look at it. I think I do. I mean, you see the inflation swaps are starting to show that. You also see the CME FedWatch site is showing that there's a 90% chance they are not going to cut rates at the next meeting. So yes, I mean, it appears to me that at a minimum, they're going to stay flat. I don't know if they're going to raise rates. I also thought, when you bring up Bowman, I also thought it was interesting that yesterday, President Trump said interest rates are way too high and we need to get them lower. Mm-hmm. So I sense that there's a colossal clash sitting up here between the Fed and Trump. And although Trump can't fire Powell, he can certainly make his life miserable by making a lot of noise about interest rates. And I'm guessing he probably will.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe for news and expert predictions direct to your inbox.